let's talk about I don't even know what I was about to talk about. Oh yeah, the Lions trading up. I think at some point in the draft, the Lions are gonna trade up. I don't know if it's gonna be in the first round or trying to move up in the second to get somebody else. But I think with the need of a receiver, pass rusher, and corner, I think you're gonna see some movement going around. Now, I think where it get funny at, you may even see a scenario where they trade back to get a couple picks. I can see that, but I think more likely you can see them try to go up. Maybe at 29, they see a guy they like, and they split, and they get one of them, and then they try to move back up in the second round and get another one. You seen last year, Houston got real aggressive in maneuvering around the draft, and it paid off. Stroud, Anderson, they did a lot of different things. Now, they don't have a first round pick this year, I don't think, but they did enough work. They did more than enough work, so they won the Super Bowl favorites, even though it's on paper. Is it possible that, they may not live up to expectations? Yeah. That's why we play the games. But I think the Lions in a position where they can remain conservative or they can be aggressive. And I think they're going to be aggressive in, getting the guy that they want. I think more likely you probably see them try to climb the ladder in the second round because there'd be so much talent. We seen last year it was Laporta, it was Branch. It was so much talent. Even going late first, Jack Campbell. And guys like Jack Campbell, hard to find really good inside linebackers. And really, they tend to make the leap year 2 to year 3. But I think a lot of people expect him to make a monumental leap next year. But yeah, there's a lot of talent in that second round here historically when you start talking about Derrick Henrys and the Michael Thomases and the DK Metcalfs, the AJ Browns, the Darius Slays. It's a tremendous amount of talent in those areas. Tremendous. So, so I think it's going to get very, very interesting. I think it's going to get very interesting to see how they maneuver around the draft at this point. And sometimes at the end of the first round and the second round, better talent than in the top of the draft it is. So I think, we thinking maybe they'll move up and get aggressive for a corner, or they'll move up and get aggressive for a pass rusher. Maybe they move up and get aggressive for a receiver. I think it's going to be a fun draft, not only because it's in Detroit, and I think they got to build the stage in Campus Marshes and all that shit. But I think it's going to be fun because where are they picking at? Hear them saying we don't need a corner, but they need a corner. We all know that. Still need a corner. So, but I think he's gonna climb that ladder. If I was a betting man, I think he'd climb that ladder, to get back in the upper half of the second round and try to grab somebody talking about Brad Holmes. That's what I think. I really do think that. So, I think if it's that interior lineman from Illinois, if it's the defensive end from Missouri, if it's one of the receivers, if it's could they move up in the first round and get one of them corners? They could. Yeah, they could. They could try to get up Mitchell. I think Wiggins may drop just based off his size and him getting injured. Even though they don't, corners ain't as physical as they end up feeling as physical as they used to be here. People having a problem with how slender Jaden Daniels is. Can he take the pounding? And when you're an athletic quarterback, they need you to be built, and Luck and Cam Newton was built like tanks, and they still, couldn't take the beating. But they was trying to run over people, If Jaden Daniels protect himself and learn how to throw the ball away and, not think he can run over and run by everybody in the league, I think he'd be all right. But That's something that he gonna have to learn. You know, Bryce, for the most part, he missed a couple games last year, but, you know, he held up. You know, but, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think everybody expect Caleb Williams to be the #1 pick. But, like I said before, just because that's the consensus pick don't mean he's going to be the best one. It ain't been too many #1 overall picks. There's been quarterbacks who have been successful, super duper successful. You look like Elway and Manning is on a real short list. Montana was a what, 2nd round pick. Mahomes was what, number 12 or 13. You know, Brady was the 6th round pick. So historically, it tells you Dak 3rd round, Russell like 3rd or 4th round. Historically, it tells you that, you know, you better off finding a quarterback throughout the draft outside of the #1 pick. Marino, he slid in the draft. Favre was a 2nd round pick. Who else we got out there? Great quarterback. Aaron Rodgers was number 20 something. Right? So I think you got a better opportunity. Lamar was the last pick in the 1st round. So I think historically it tells you got a better opportunity to find a franchise quarterback outside the 1st round. So that's just me. But nonetheless, that is what it is. But, you know, I do think you're going to see the Lions start to climb that ladder. I think they're going to climb that ladder. And, you know, they're going to grab somebody. I just think it's going to be, they're going to try to move up in the 2nd round. That's my opinion. But they might like somebody in the 1st. But there's so much talent at the end of that 1st round going into that 2nd round. I think more than likely they're going to try to get back up there and get that 2nd round talent. Really 1st round that slid into the 2nd round. That's what I think. But I've known to be wrong. So, but yeah, I think you're gonna see them get a little bit aggressive. I don't think it's gonna be hella aggressive. I think you see them get aggressive, but they got some needs: receiver, corner, interior pass rusher, edge rusher. They got a few needs. Even though we play Houston, they're not in our conference. They becoming like a little super team. As long as Stroud keep big stepping in the right way, you know. It's interesting. I think they come to Ford Field this year too. I like to go to that game. So yeah, it'll be interesting. And Chicago made some moves. Green Bay, they young and making moves. What's so funny is how people sit there and they discredit Jordan Love. Like, they got rid of a whole Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback and went with this kid. You think they didn't know what they was doing? And I was one of the only few people that endorsed Jordan Love. Oh, he gonna be good, bro. Packer fans didn't even believe it. They didn't even believe he was gonna be any good. But hey, everybody think, you know, it's a knee-jerk reaction league. If you don't get the job done right now, oh, he ain't no good. They be ready to give up on you. Sometimes it takes some people some time to figure it out. And yeah, he figured it out. So they're gonna be a problem next year. I think one thing he gonna figure out, just like Stroud is gonna figure out, if you guys take off a little bit more, just to run just a little bit more, I think a lot of people, I think Green Bay and Houston become that much more dangerous. Yeah, they become that much more dangerous if these guys run a little bit more. So, but check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Peace.